You are welcome to the Wealthy Continent channel, a channel dedicated to the great people and continent of Africa. Remember, it is not the place that defines the status of the people. Rather, it is the people that defines the status of the place. As we continue our journey of financial literacy, we're going to be looking at the topic, understanding how finance works abroad. When leaving the shores of Africa to another continent, to another country, it's good for you to understand how finance works in that particular country that you are going to. One of the things that separate countries and continents from one another is economic empowerment, economic advantage. How buoyant is the economy of that country? You want to find out how involved the government and the financial services are involved in the economy of that country that you are going to. You want to find out the cost of living of an average citizen or indigene of that country, because it will put things in perspective and help you to make right decisions. Now, in the West, for example, financial services is a big deal, involved in so many things that has to do with the life of the people in that country. In Africa, if you build a house, you will know that, it was built by cash. If you buy a car, you say, okay, I bought it with my cash. It took me time to buy the land, but I bought it. Now, in the West, is not what you see is what you get. It's not necessarily that, you see people with things and you know that it's being paid for because there are credit facilities. Now, there are three things I'm going to share with you that, people might think is an advantage. One economic advantage that we have, or that people have in the West, is when people send money back home, depending on the country that you are living in, the exchange rate makes a lot of sense because you get more value for your money when you send it back home. Now, people think because, they are seeing that inflow, they think that, people are making progress, doing well. But you can't use that as a yardstick because everybody has, the same advantage. If everybody is sending the same amount, the foreign exchange will give everybody the same thing. So that cannot be used as a yardstick for progress or success that somebody abroad is doing very well, because the exchange rate is for everybody. It's going to pay exactly the same thing if people were sending money back home. The second thing is the credit facility you enjoy in the West. That if you want to use it, because it's subject to you, the decision to use the credit facility or not is up to you. Unlike in Africa, some parts in Africa, you have to be a big person, you have to be a big man, a big woman, somebody highly placed for you to obtain loans and have credit facilities from financial institutions. In the West, the story is different. An average person can secure a loan. An average person can walk to a bank and, obtain a loan to do some things, to engage in some businesses. So it's different. Number three is that there are infrastructural facilities in place to empower people to get things done. This is in the West, which means that one, if you want to go into a tertiary institution, unless you have a scholarship, going in there, the tuition fee is expensive. So sometimes you have to obtain a loan for you to attend school, and you pay after you have finished your course. Secondly, you want to buy a home or build a home. It's expensive as well. Unless you have the cash, unless your business is buoyant, you will have to go to the bank and obtain a mortgage and pay after a period of time. So that, you'll be able to do what you need to do, but you'll be paying back in installment with interest. Some of the things that you would laugh about, and it's funny, is that you can see a person walk into a dealership to buy a brand new car and leave a very low deposit to drive a new car. So you can't use all that as a gauge to say somebody is doing well or not, because the country that you are going to, depending, they might have all these facilities in place. Now, you have to understand that there are pros and cons to these facilities, and you have to understand that there are some things that you shouldn't get yourself involved in if you want to be financially comfortable. This is the reason why you have to understand how finance works in the country you are going to. If you have been getting value from our videos, we'd like you to consider subscribing to our channel, clicking on that like button, and sharing with others. Remember, a candle does not lose its value by giving light to others. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.